right now because you want to hear what we're doing right now. Because we're in Hot Topics. So let's start Hot Topics.
Yes.
Candidate Ben Carson is attempting to connect with young black voters by releasing this new radio ad, which drops tomorrow. Take a listen.
Ben Carson 2016. Vote and support Ben Carson for our next president and be awesome.
America became a great nation early on, not because it was flooded with politicians, but because it was flooded with people who understood the value of personal responsibility, hard work, creativity, innovation, and that's what will get us on the right track now.
It's like a rap lullaby. I love it. It's so sweet. It's actually not a bad song.
Yeah, sure.
I admire the creativity. It's a new take. I mean, I think it's taking young voters a little one-dimensional, maybe.
Who was your producer?
Maybe.
I just want to know who their producer is. That's on SoundCloud, I think.
Well, that's probably a good thing.
Let's hope that stays
But you know,
on SoundCloud.
he also stood by previous comments that he made about who actually built the pyramids of Egypt. He claimed they weren't built by the Egyptians as tombs for the pharaohs, but by the biblical figure Joseph, who built it to store grain with the help of God.
So like a silo? Yeah. I'm from Iowa. I know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, Ben,
textbooks?
it's not a new theory, you know, people have been sort of saying it, but this is, I guess, before they actually got into the pyramids and saw that they were actually burial chambers for pharaohs, and that Joseph might have been part of the building. I don't know, but I know that the slaves of Egypt built that bad boy. Okay? So if you're going to be president, man, you got to at least do the history.
Well,
you got to get the history right.
But you know, that's funny you said that because he also had an interview with the Miami Herald, and he didn't know what dry foot, wet foot is, and I don't know that either, but also I'm not running for president, and I had to read about it.
What is wet foot?
It says it's a Cuban Adjustment Act, which allows Cubans who arrive in the U.S. to apply for legal residency after 366 days, and he's like, I don't really know anything about that. I have to, you know, get all my facts before I tell you how I feel about it. But you have all the facts for Egypt. It's a tomb.
Yeah, well, when I heard about the thing with the pyramids, I just was wondering, like, who is his science advisor? Like Nicolas Cage? Like, who is it? Is it Dan Brown? Like, who is helping this man come up with his facts? Because I've never been more fascinated by him.
I just find it refreshing that he said he didn't know, because he did say, you know, I have not been briefed on this, and I don't want to comment on something I don't know. And the reason I say that is you have this group of people that's so excited that we have these people that haven't been politically active. He spent his years in medical school. Now he's doing this. So the two sides of that are...
Except that but here's the tough part about that argument. If you have a huge discussion going on about immigration, you should actually know this. You should have some idea, because it does beg the question of why is one group allowed in, you know, because we were at the time fighting communism, so we were happy to take everybody in. And other groups, like the Haitians, they don't care how they get here. They send them back no matter what. So, or they detain them. So where's your empathy with folks trying to get to America for their dreams? So he has to be a little faster on the ball, I think.
Especially because immigration has been such a huge issue among these candidates.
He should know about every kind. You're running for president. Well, you should know about almost everything.
He should at least...
If we have to
know, you should know.
You should know. But let me ask you a question. Like, we're talking about this, he's still #1 in the polls. It doesn't seem to be hurting his
Eventually it will.
run.
Eventually, listen, people want somebody who's not going to be shown up by the smallest country in the world, saying, what do you mean you don't know what we do? They don't want to see that. And the minute you say, listen, I haven't really studied up on this, and it's one of the biggest issues that is facing the country. It's a little tricky, perhaps. You know, he'll get up, and everybody goes up, they go down, they go up, they go down. You know, what are you going to do? This is the nature of politics, but it ain't over till somebody sings.